everybody. Welcome back to the T-Rig channel. We've been doing a lot of exercises. You saw a good session from the last one, Mr. Steve. He's already down. How many pounds now, sir?
28 pounds.
28 pounds. We've reached, didn't you reach the 30?
Yeah.
We reached the 30, but it went back to 28. And we're talking about that. It's water fluctuations and everything. It's kind of, sometimes you will find yourself in kind of a stalemate type of situation. At that point, whenever you find yourself stuck at a certain number, like I did, I got to my 160 mark, but in order to pass that threshold of the 160, I just had to up my weightlifting, believe it or not. You had to go a little heavier on the weights, and a little bit more intense on the bags, you know. Sometimes my personal goal when it comes to dropping the weight and everything, my personal goal is to keep my heart rate spiked up for as long as possible. Not a lot of people can handle that. Sometimes you want to go with the high intensity and then bring it back down. And the goal is always to get that heart rate up high, and get it as high as you can, but recovery is as fast as possible. That's when your breathing and all that stuff kind of comes into play. So those little small numbers like that, from going from 30 to 28, that's really, really good. In this amount of time, that's really good. He's already looking smaller. Like I told him earlier, he's looked like he's lost a lot of weight, a lot of size. I don't want to say a number. I want to say size, because you know you can still be the same weight and still be muscular, whatever you were. You know, like I tell people all the time, if you were to go by a doctor's standard for J.J. Watt, they would say he's obese because of his age and his height and everything. I was like, but the man's pure muscle.
Oh yeah.
I was like, you can't say when it comes to like your doctor, like what they say is recommended weight and height and everything, age range. Yeah, he's on paper he's morbidly obese, but he's not. He's the healthiest man on the planet. You know, all muscle. So don't ever let that kind of discourage you from anything. As long as you just keep working and stay moving, you're in the green. You're good. So we went over. We did a couple rounds last time. We did some boxing rounds, which was really good. But it's not just about the boxing. I was calling out the combinations to kind of just see how he was moving and his response, you know what I mean? So it's also about awareness too. We're working on a lot of things. So we're working on a lot of things. You're working on your awareness on like when to go, when to attack, moving, things like that. It's a lot of factors in just doing a small bit of detail right there. Like in one round, he's working on when to go. As soon as I call it, he's going. And then you're working on your mental barrier of don't stop, keep going, keeping the pace, keeping the rhythm. So then it's all about the grit at that point, you know, like how bad you really want it. So there's a lot of factors just in that bit of information. It's kind of hard to tell when you're watching this on TV or on your computer or your phone, but when you're doing it, it's work. You know what I mean? You're working, you're making it happen. You're always passing up the person that is not doing anything or criticizing you. You know, let them. You know, you don't need them in your life anyway. So, but we went over the boxing stuff. We did some push-ups. We did a little bit of circuit training already. We're gonna start doing the round kicks. So, when we throw the round kick, when you throw your round kick, what do you feel like you're doing? I want you to tell me what you feel like you're doing. Your mechanics. Let's go over the mechanics.
Well, now I'm trying to keep my toes,
Yeah.
Up so I can actually kick and spin, and that's making a difference.
On the pivot and rotation.
Yeah. Trying to keep my heel up off
Yeah.
the ground.
Yeah.
I know it's made a difference.
Good. Yeah.
So.
But your calves are on fire, right?
Oh
Yeah. So last weekend we didn't get to film because I have 4 instructors and one of them is from France, and he came in town, and it's one of those things like he's like, I'm in town. He doesn't even have to ask. I don't even have to ask. I'm just like, I'll be there. You know, it's like I have to answer. He's like, hey, I'm in town. I have to go. Everything has to go to the sides, and I have to go. So, but we were we warmed up for 1 hour. For 1 hour, warm up. Yeah, exactly. And then we went into other details. So, but 6 hours of just staying on your toes and all that. My calves were burning so bad, and I hardly ever get a calf cramp or feel sore. But that next morning, because it was 6 hours straight of just bouncing on the feet and staying light and not letting your heels touch the ground. So yeah, 6 hours of that, my calves were on fire the next day, and my feet were on fire. I actually went home. I was like, cold water, please. You know, I was like, it's fun, but that's just the price you pay to do it. You know, so and when we talk about doing a round kick, well, the thing is always stance and angles and the position of your body and where your target is. So when it comes to throwing a round kick, so let's say if we're here facing the camera here, when it comes to throwing a round kick, you can find a lot of videos anywhere. Muay Thai guys, karate guys, they all have their own way of throwing their kick. And that's good. You want diversity. You want multiple choice, multiple options, you know. So, but if you look at all of them, they all are based off on a couple things. One, it's always the angle. Like if I'm throwing a kick, like if go ahead and stand right in front of me, and you can face me, that way they can see. So get a little bit more this way. So as you can see, I'm a little bit, there's one step right there. Good. So stay right there, don't move. So as you can see, if Mr. Steve is in front of me, and if he's the bag, like the bag is behind me, if I want to kick Steve, which I'm not going to, but if I want to kick with my right leg, you see how the camera can see me, I want to be directly in front of him right here. So if you can see, I'm directly in front of my target. Now, if I want to kick with the right leg, I step out to the left. So I step out to the left at an angle because I want my power to go that way if I want to kick with the right, versus me just kind of standing here and then kind of go. Because what's happening there is there's a lot of hip rotation that is extra, and only if you can manage it. But this is the easiest. So now you can step aside. So if there's you can do this with me too. So if there's a target in front of you, like if this is like the bag or the general area, all I say is, so put your arms out. So if you're standing in front of your bag and you're like walking around the bag, and no matter what, the bag stays in one place, you're the person that's moving, right? So there's an axis point that follows. So if you're looking at your bag and you see your arms that are at shoulder width, I want you to widen it out. Widen your arms out. That is you can go a little wider. So the wider you go, like this is too crazy, but I just go a little wider than shoulder width. That's kind of the range you would want to step.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? So if you see my hand here, that's kind of where I want to step. And you can practice that too. If you see my range here, that's kind of where I want to step. I want to kind of step in that range. It almost looks like a yoga pose like that. You know what I mean? So you want to kind of step in that general direction. Yeah, see, exactly. So does that make sense?
Oh, yeah.
And it's just a quick.
More power that way.
Exactly, yes. You get a lot more power with less work. And it's more efficient. So you're not going to be as tired, versus if I'm here in front and I come up, I can do this. I can throw a kick like that, no problem. I can throw a kick like that, but that requires a lot. Look at my foot. Requires a lot of pivot. Right now, hold this right here. Right now, we're in the concept of like a baseball bat. You know what I mean? Like you want to drive with your kick, bang, out. I want to kick with the left, bang, I want to go. So you see how my hip rotates here. You see how my hip rotates here. But when I throw my kick, and let's say this is the center or here, so I'll take that for you now. So let's say this is the lane that we talked about kicking. So this is the lane right here, and if I'm standing, if I want to kick with my right leg, like we talked about, I want to step outside the lane, like a turn, like I'm about to go into the left lane, like I'm using my turn signal. Hopefully, if you're not an asshole. So, let's say left lane, we're going old school, no turn signal. I'm gonna step outside onto the left, and I'm gonna be on that toe, and then I fire that right kick, and then I'll come back on my balance. And then I'll just reset. If I want to kick with the left leg, I step to the right, I'm on the toe. So I'm always gonna step outside of the lane. Now, if you notice, see how here my center energy is inside, my belly button and everything. Wherever my center turns and aims is where the power goes. So if I step, you see how my belly button is here, that means the power is going to go there. versus, does that make sense?
Yeah, so you're trying to keep. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, but the big thing is when you kick, a lot of a lot of times we let our leg do all the driving. So if I kick with the left leg, because we're both left-handed and that's our dominant side, a lot of times we'll throw a kick and then we're just like, okay, great, but then we do this. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So you always want to be the driver of your own car or rig. You know what I mean? You're the driver, so you tell yourself, you tell your leg where to go, you tell your leg where to come back. Because and every time you do it with intention, so it looks like, here, I'm in control, and it gets you more core work as well. More balance, more stability, more confidence at that. So when you kick, and then it comes back. I step outside, go with that kick, come back. You're in control. A lot of times we're so focused on getting there, we forget how to drive home, you know? Yeah. So you always want to go there with intention and come back with intention. You don't want to just go 50%. You can't get to work with your car and then Uber home. That'd be a waste. So again, going in step right here in the center. So those hands are up, and let's just do a practice. Let's just practice stepping out of the lane. So keep your hands up and step. Good. Now when you step, I want you to be on your toes the whole time. Bang. Good. Yeah, pick that leg up. That's okay. Step. Bang. Good. Good. Step. Nice. Good. Now, I want you to point your toes a little more out, okay? While staying on the heel. Yeah, that's perfect. That was a perfect example. Do that again. Nice. I heard it pop. Nice. Good. Nice. Now you see, Mr. Steve's he's not a small guy. He's a big gentleman. So for him to keep that kind of control says a lot. You know what I mean? That's really good. So don't ever think because if you're a big person or a small person, you can't control yourself. No, you can control yourself. You know what I mean? So always bear that in mind. So now I want you to do this. So now you're going to kick with the right leg. So you're going to step out. And what you're going to do is as you step, I want you to do a full step and do a full pivot. And then you're just going to look behind you. Okay? And we're going to bring that heel to a spin. Go ahead. Nice. Good. Okay, reset, walk it back, or you can return the same way if you want more challenge. If you have trouble with balance, just turn around, reset. So do that again. Do that 2 more times. Turn and then just walk back. Good. Good. Readjust, reset, turn. Good. You see, you can hear his foot turning, but you want to make sure you stay on the toe. Okay, now let's do that again. I want you to kick with the right, and you're going to land, and then I want you to bring your leg up and back the same way. The same way you drove to work is the same way you want to drive back. Okay? And breathe. Nice. Bring it back. Yes! That. Good. Now focus on the stepping too. Okay, now we got the big portion of it taken care of. Let's do that again. So we got that here. Yes. Yes, nice, good. How does that feel? Yeah. Let's do 2 more like that. 2 more. Good. 1 more. See the balance, right? Yeah. So yeah, as you can see, you have trouble with the some reps. Like the more fatigue you get, the balance is going to be kind of hard to manage, and that's normal. But your goal is to keep telling yourself, don't fall into that rhythm of, I'm tired. Yeah, you are tired, but make sure you still do it with quality because that's just a safety factor too. I've had to put people's kneecaps back in because they don't pivot all the way. And that's not my fault. I tell them to pivot. I've watched them pivot. They get lazy at one point when I'm not looking. Oh, yeah. Or out there somewhere, they get that one lazy kick as they're tired, and then something bad happens. All it takes is one bad step. You know, oh, yeah. So it doesn't happen a lot here. It only happened once. But at that point, my girl realized, you have to really every time give it 100%, even when you're tired, you know. So now let's step with the other side. So step, bring it around, reset, Nice, good. He's already comfortable on this side because he's left-handed, so we're just gonna go right into it. So you're just seeing him work. Good. Now remember, bring that heel. I want that heel to come all the way. Almost, yeah. So follow it through. Bring it a little more. Yeah. So you can let your leg swing and touch down over here.
Okay.
Yeah, let your leg swing and touch down. Nice, like that, and then take it back. Yes. Nice. Good. Again. Nice. One more. Good. Nice. How'd that feel?
Yeah, I like that, you know.
Yeah, that turn. You can hear that turn. Now, a lot of times people will say, man, well, my shoes have a lot of grip. And I'm going to tell you right now, one of my 4 coaches, instructors, was a prison cop. So we talked about, he wore steel-toe boots all the time, those combat boots. That man could pivot in a combat boot and it just didn't matter. Because you have to do it. Like it's like you can't half-ass a kick. He's like, when you kick someone, if you have to, like in a boot with so much grip that you can walk up a wall, a bloody wall at that, like you have to just say, forget it and go.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you have to kick with intention and you have to pivot with intention. You know, that makes sense?
Oh yeah.
Okay. But also too, when I tell people in my classes, and maybe if I ever see you in real life and you're throwing these kicks on the back, go on and throw the right kick. So we're gonna go over here. I'm gonna step over here. Good. I always say right there. I always want to see the heel. Let me aim the camera down a bit. So I always want to see the heel. Let me just tilt it forward. If you could see his heel, I want to see the heel of his foot. Good. Now take it back. Good. Go on and kick. Yes, I always want to see his heel, no matter what. I want to see that heel every time you kick, because that's the indicator of you pivoting. A lot of times we will kick, and then it's only like 70%. It's like 50%, 60, 70, 80, 90, like 90% here. Like, no, I want to see a full turn. Guaranteed safety, but guaranteed more power. Okay, but also too now. So now let's do this. So I want you to go one time on each side. In. Nice. Bring it back. Good. And breathe also as well. Breathe. Nice. Good. Good. Nice. Bring it back. Notice how he's resetting every time. He's coming back to the lane. You always want to reset every time to make sure you're in the right spot every time. You know, unless you have a lot of reps and you can move around and kind of adjust as you go. But this is just a safety measure and a good starting point. That way your feet don't get tangled. You know, because a lot of times we'll kick and then the feet are all like, you know. And like, let's say if you're the person and you're facing me and you're standing up, if I load back, everything changes. The lane's over here where you are, but I'm over here. My lane's over here, you know? So the lane goes over here, even though I want to kick the person over here. You see how much distance that is? How much ground I have to cover?
Oh, yeah.
It's a bigger safety issue at that. But also too, if you ever have to kick in real life and defend yourself, this takes a lot of time, and I bank on people to do this so I can take them out. But this also tells you how inexperienced they are or how experienced they are. Like if I see someone that throws a kick that's lined up like this, I'm like, okay, they know how to kick. How do I respond to that? How fast do they kick? What are they doing before they kick? Like a lot of times, if you can watch any kind of UFC fight, MMA fight, Bellator or whatever, Glory, a lot of times people will give a sign that they are about to kick. They'll go flat, and then they'll fire. They'll kind of just do this and then kind of go to kind of get a response. A lot of times, people have like, I can tell like what kind of trainers they have, because sometimes they'll go like a straight kick and then a round kick on the same leg, because that's what they're trained to do. I try to bank on that. Or they do something with their hands. They chew their mouth. They blink. They rub. There's always a sign that they're about to kick. You just have to watch out for it. And everyone does that. The best example was like what? When Conor McGregor throws that turn side kick and he gets in that position and he does that. It's like, okay, he's getting ready to load up his kick. No problem. Yeah. But when does he do it? It's when he puts both his feet down. And then that's when he braces because he's trying to transfer the energy.
Exactly,
Yeah, he tries to transfer the energy. And it's like, okay, I know when he's about to kick. You can see it happening. He's telegraphing. He's telling you what's going to happen. A lot of Muay Thai people, they're very good and very fast. And, like they'll dance a little bit. But you got to figure out what they're doing in that moment of the exchange. That takes a lot of practice.
Oh,
Yeah. But I'm also very particular about my observation skills when it comes to fighting an opponent. I mean, when they say study your opponent, I really study my opponent. I look at how they kick, how long it takes. Are they breathing? Are they planting their feet? What kind of angle they're doing? What are they doing with their hands? I look at everything. Even if they blink, if they like do something with their mouth. Sometimes some people, they'll grind their mouthpiece or they'll kind of do something or they'll kind of like tense up somewhere and then they fire the kick. Those little details will do you some justice. You know what I mean?
As soon as right before you can get it.
Exactly, yeah. So your goal is to respond before that happens. It's the same thing like in outside situations. Like, you ever see someone nervous because like they want to like do something out in public? Like example, like if someone's like about to rob someone, they kind of like stalk and they kind of plan and they get kind of tense and nervous before they do their exchange. Unless they've done it a lot, then you're screwed. But they're always doing something before they attack in some way. And your goal is to be observant enough to find those kind of actions of what they do. So, but with that being said, the next clip, we're going to start hitting this bag with some round kicks, and then we'll add a little bit more to it. All right, so stick with us for 1 second. All right, we're back. So we're going to start hitting this bag. But also, Mr. Steve, we're talking about like exchanges and like actions of people that do stuff. And also, I work in the bar business too. I've been in there for a long, long time. And so a while, last year, like late last year, there was a group of people on a Sunday and they were all super drunk. And I don't know if they knew each other, but they were all eating together and drinking together. So I guess maybe there are two groups of friends that didn't really know each other very well. They ended up fighting. But I saw the fight coming from a mile away. I'm working. And as they're like getting ready, the thing's starting to heat up, but nobody's recognizing. I can tell like the way the guys were like, their body language, and the women getting all kind of tense. I was just like, oh crap, here we go. So I just take this off. I took all my stuff out of my pockets. There was a group of girls like having a good time, kind of at the table, and I'm like, I was like, I'm gonna have to ask y'all to move down here for a brief moment. Thank you. The fight happens. I put a dude out. I put his girl out because she deserved it, and then I went back to work. and they're like, how did you know that? I'm like, you can't see that? It's like you pick up on people's body language and all that jazz. So just be aware. You know what I mean? I observe everything and everybody, and I expect anyone that comes into my presence, I expect you to look at anything and everyone. Even when you're driving, don't look down. Look up. Look at the sky. See what's ahead. That's why I was able to find, like, one time I found $50 on the road, on the highway. I told my wife, stop. She's like, why? I go, I'll be right back. $50. And she was like, son of a. So yeah, we learned that a lot. So let's get to the kicks, okay? Now that we got the rig set up. The good thing about the T-rig and the angle that we have it at, this brace is his center point where his belly could be facing. So you'll face the bag. And let's start. So we're left-handed. Let's start with the right kick. Okay, so let's go over everything we did. Step out of the lane, bang on the toes. Now remember, kick with the shin. Yeah, you always want to kick with the shin in Muay Thai and some karates and everything. We kick with the shin. It's the hardest part of the bone. It's the hardest part of the leg. If you kick with the foot, there's a lot of bones in there. They will break. However, I do both, but I do it with a reason. If I kick you with my foot, for one, I'm pretty sure if I kick you with my foot, you probably deserved it. Because I hit with the tip of my toe. And usually I wear, when I'm out, I have my Converse shoes with that dual front, that reinforced front. But when I kick you with the toe, I aim for the groin, I aim for the organs, I aim for that. Put your hand up. I aim for that bottom rib. Bang.
Wow.
And it doesn't take much. I just go here and bang.
No, it-
Or I go for the IT band. But I'll bang, and your leg goes dead. Even if your hand is up and you like put your hands up and you don't want to you see a head kick coming. When I kick you in the head, if I go, bang, see how I go around?
Oh, yeah.
You see how I'm going around you?
Yeah.
My goal is to go around to the back of the ear or the temple.
Oh, wow.
That's the little detail that comes in and out. But that takes a lot of practice. Like, so if I kick you in the head, I'm gonna make sure I aim with the toe because I want you to die on the floor. I want you to be knocked out, no questions asked. And you don't expect it because you're like, oh yeah, I got this, boom. No, you don't.
Yeah.
It's that little bit,
Wow.
Or I can change it. Let's say I'll go hands up, and I'll go with a hard Muay Thai kick, and then I'll bang, come up with the toe. And that's two different styles in one,
Wow.
So does that make sense?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so if you kick with the toe, hopefully you know how to do it. Otherwise, you're going to break your toe. Don't do it. Train with me privately, and I'll show you how. So let's go. Let's go with this right kick. Hands are up. We're going to step out. We're going to pivot, and we're going to exhale. Go ahead. Nice. Again. Good. Now remember, bring your body out.
Okay.
Remember, step out of the lane. Yes. Nice. You can go a little lower if you have to also. Nice. Good. Pivot all the way. Turn that foot. Yes! Nice. Now again. Nice. Bigger exhale. Nice. Good. Now, control the leg going back. Remember, we're still focused on getting to work. We're not focused on getting home.
Okay.
I want you to focus on getting to work and going home. Nice. Breathe. Yes! See, much more control. Now you're talking my language. Nice. Notice his hands are up. That's what I'm talking about. Nice. Good. Now at the very end, right before impact, I want you to squeeze your glutes and pop your hips forward. Nice. Yes. Again. Nice. Harder. Nice. More pivot. More pivot. I want to see your heel at the back. Yes. Look at that. Nice. One more. One more. Yes, sir. Nice. How did that feel?
Big difference.
Big difference. And your balance, your power drive, and your hands up, all that. Stellar. Stellar. Looking really good. Now let's go to the left. Let's see how it looks on the left side. Good. More pivot. More pivot. Nice. Remember, control that leg now. Remember, you're the driver. Yes. Again. Yes. Again. One more. Yeah. Nice. Good. How does that feel?
Yeah, better kicking.
Good.
Quicker, too.
Yeah. It's efficient. You've been kicking a long time, and you can tell because your distance is good. You know how to judge your distance. And that's another big thing. You have to know how much distance you need from the bag to you. And when you throw, a lot of times, if you're new to throwing a kick, sometimes you're gonna kick and you're probably gonna hit your foot or you're too close. You know what I mean? Especially if you have a swinging bag, that's gonna move a lot. So you have to move with it, or you have to meet it. You have to stop it while it's in motion.
Yeah.
There's only two answers you can do that. So that has two answers. You either move with the bag, or you kick it harder to that you just go where it's at. You know what I mean? Depending on that. So there's two answers to that. But the best way to justify your kick distance, what I learned is if I can touch it with the tip of my toe, I can kick the bag. So if I can keep my hands up and see how my leg is straight, if I can touch it with my toe, I can pivot and kick it. But you have to pivot. A lot of times we'll be like, okay, I see this happen a lot with some of my members when they first start. They'll do this, they'll judge the distance, and then they'll kick, but they're kicking with the tip of the foot because there's no pivot to finish the transfer of energy. And notice, like I said, another thing is when you kick, Go ahead. Kick on this side so this camera can see first. So kick with the left.
Okay, kick with the left.
Yeah, kick with the left.
Oh.
Yeah, find that distance. Step and go. Nice. Control your leg coming back. Don't let it twist up. Don't let it twist up. Good. Again. Good. Again. Good. Now, the toe is sometimes coming up at an angle or it's parallel. I want parallel or lower.
Okay.
This gives you more power with more work, but it's also a safety issue too, because if you're kicking up, if I see the toe up, that means that you haven't committed your hip rotation. But also, it's like a soccer kick, you know what I mean? That's what it looks like. It looks like you're punting. Even though you're coming around, like let's say if your kick is coming around, if you don't point the toe down, it won't complete. It'll kind of go like that. It goes like up, in, and back up again. You know, you want to make sure you go straight across like a baseball bat, that swinging axe, or down slightly at the very end to rotate the hip. Okay, so keep that in mind. Go ahead. Yes. Nice. Good. Are you breathing? Nice. I want to hear you breathe every time. You get a great ab workout, I promise. Nice. Again. Nice. Switch legs. There we go. Good. Good. Again. Two more. One more. Nice. How's that feel?
Much
A lot more confidence in the kick. You know what I mean? Do you feel more stable?
Yeah.
Do you feel like you're outputting more power?
More power. Most
Good.
definitely.
Now, do you feel like you're outputting more power with less work? Or like, it's hard work regardless, but
yeah, but
you know,
it feels cleaner.
Yeah, it's less
More
stress on
stress.
the knees.
Yes.
Less stress on the knees. And that's the big thing too. If you kick and you don't twist, you know, one of my girls back in at our old martial arts place, she didn't pivot. And so her foot stayed in one and her leg went the other. So she had to get knee surgery on the meniscus. And that's one of the things. It's like you have to pivot. You know what I mean? Every time. Shoes, barefoot, it don't matter. Doesn't matter. You have to pivot. You know?
Yeah, it seems like the more you do it, like you know, I remember you telling me, pivot.
Yeah.
And I started doing more and more, and even, you know, because the shoe's sticky, you can still get it done.
Yeah, you can still get it done.
It's just your mind starts getting used to it, you know,
exactly.
automatically
Yeah,
do it.
no matter what, it can be done. You have to get it done.
Exactly.
At the end of everything, you have to get it done.
Yep.
Okay, so now that we talked about throwing around things, let's do a quick conditioning set. So usually what I like to do, I change it up a little bit, but we're gonna go 30 seconds, and since again, we're both left-handed, we're gonna start with the right kick. So if you're right-handed, you start with the left. We're gonna go for speed, but look at my timer. When we go for speed, you don't have to go crazy fast. Your personal goal to start is to always keep a rhythm. And some Muay Thai camps are like 30 kicks, 30 seconds. That's one kick per second, right? Sometimes you can achieve more. But if you are new to kicking and you're having trouble with your balance, you have to constantly make mental notes of, like, let's say my kick, like I have to know my distance, right? Like, see how my foot's constantly moving? I have to make a mental note of where my distance from my base foot to my kicking leg. I have to keep a mental note of that. That way I'm still in that range every time. That has to be a constant. But the big thing is always turn that foot up and hit it. Up and hit it. No matter what. So let's start with the right kick. Let's go 30 seconds on the right kick. I don't care how many you do. I just want quality. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Yes, good pivot and balance. Nice. There you go. Keep pivoting, keep pivoting. Nice. There you go. More pivot. More pivot. There you go. 10 seconds. Nice. 5 seconds. Good. 3, 2, switch legs, go. Nice. Yes. Nice. Steve, there we go. Rotate that hip. Good. Keep those hands up. Pivot, pivot, pivot. 10 seconds. 10 seconds. There you go. There you go. Come on. Come on. There you go. Mind over matter. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Time. Woo! How did that feel?
Much better.
Nice. Big difference, right?
Oh yeah. We're going.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Again, that's about the control and balance.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So much quicker this way than going.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because then that's you wanting to keep going, but your body's not quite responding. That's okay. And that does happen. It will happen. I bank on that to happen because it happens to me still to this day. It happens to everybody. It's just up to you to mentally know to keep it 100% every time you kick for one, for the technique, the form, and the safety of you. You know what I mean? But also too, like I said last time, I'd rather have 4 quarters versus 100 pennies. You know what I mean? Quality hits versus, you know, jibber jabber. You know what I mean? It's a bunch of crap. You know what I mean? So quality hits is what to go for. But now let's do this. So now we're talking about setting up to go from a kick to a punch, you know, or a punch to a kick. So what would you rather do first? Would you rather learn would you want to do a kick to a punch or a punch to a kick?
A punch to a kick.
Okay, so when it comes to punching range and kicking range, they're 2 different things, right? So let's say if we are at the bag, hands up. So the best way to kind of figure this out, I personally, because our rig is static. So that means you are gonna have to move. So if you see, like if I'm here, and if I go with my jab, my 1, my 2, my cross, if I wanna kick with the right leg, I have to step back because I know my distance. And then I fire my kick, you know? If it's like a long range, let's say if I go here and I go high to kind of open up somebody, I know automatically I'm kind of further back and kind of out of danger. Usually I'll do this, so if your hands are up, I'll do this just to kind of see what's going on. But I'll also, what you don't know is that if I can touch that glove, you see how I can really do that? If I can touch that glove, I know I can kick him from there.
Oh,
you know
yeah.
what I mean? So also too, like, I'll pop that glove up into your own face, or I'll do that. Or I'll do that to kind of, that way you're so, like, this is enclosing, you know? So I'm blinding you temporarily to get the kick in. So let's try this. So let's go face the bag. Let's go with that 1-2 combo we did. I want you to go 1-2 and find your distance. You don't want to be too close. I want you to do a good quality kick. So you're going to go 1-2, find your distance, step outside, and then kick. So as you can see, like a fencing stance. Step, step, step out, and go. It's a lot of small steps, but you'll get it done as the reps go. You'll be faster. Let's do that. Let's go 1-2, right kick. 1, 2. Yeah, step out. Good. Don't let your feet get too close.
Yeah, okay.
So, go ahead. Go. Jab. Cross. Good. Nice. So you stay in the same spot. Adjust.
Yeah.
So go harder on the back. So I want you to punch. Like you mean it. Take a step back to fire the kick. So I want you to go quality punches.
Okay.
Like real boxing. Yes, that. Now control the kick.
Okay.
Yes. Nice. There you go. Find your distance. Find your lane. Good. Now we're stepping, like you're moving back, but you're not adjusting your left foot for your right kick. Remember, open the lane. Step out of the lane. Okay. Much better, especially on this camera. It looks really good. Good, at least you know. Out. Good, okay. So let's break that down. So let's do that again. So I'll go with the 1-2. That jab cross, he's in for close range punching. Step back, step out. Good. Again, yeah. Again, see, that's okay. So we'll slow it down. So go jab cross, 1-2. Step back, step out. Kick. Yes, good. Reset. All right. 1-2. Step back, step out. Kick. See, you felt your hip rotation go a little too much, right?
Yep.
Good. Okay. Again. So 1-2. Step back, step out. Yes. There we go. Good. Again. 1-2. Step back, step out. Kick. Tell yourself that. You can go at that pace too. Always say it out loud. That way you can get that ingrained in your head. So go ahead. So again, punch hard. So 1-2. Step back, step out. Kick. Good. Reset. 1-2. Step back, step out. Kick. Good. Control your bounce a little more. Again, 1-2. Step back, step out. Kick. Good. One more. 1-2. Step back, step out. Kick. Nice. That's what I'm talking about. How did that feel?
Oh yeah, more control.
Yeah. Now again, that's for a static bag. You know what I mean? Like for our rig, it's not moving. You have to move with it. There is a way to kind of, like if I'm here 1-2, I can step more lateral with my stance. So instead of me coming up at a triangular, like 45-degree kind of, it's almost like as if I'm going like 60-degree kind of out. The only problem with that, with this bag, is that you might hit more with your knee and not enough with the lower shin, which means you're not going to get enough power on the turns. Like if I go here, bang, bang, if I go across, I can step out. And I really have to think about getting my foot out of the sand, like, or the mud. I want to kick my foot out, you know. But that's good. That's a good setup for MMA. Like if I'm here and I'm gonna go 1-2 and I'm low, bang, and I kick low. That's for an MMA. This avoids from the takedown. I'm getting taken down. Like I'm here, you know, like low, like I'm low, and they teach you in like bang, like real low like that, and real sturdy. You know, Muay Thai is very like here, you know what I mean? It's very here, you know. So again, all depends on the style. So now let's switch it. Let's go 1-2 and then left kick. Now this is where it gets complicated because if you're with the left foot in front, you gotta worry about that switch. So we have to go here. We have to go 1-2. Now, if you have to, step back, switch feet, and then kick.
Okay.
Just to break it down, make it easier.
Okay, it's either way, or I can keep it like this, or do you want me to do it that way?
I want you to step back because that's where you can get the hip power from.
Okay, okay.
So again, we're gonna go 1-2, step, switch,
Okay.
kick. Okay. It's nice and easy. 1-2, step back. Good. Now step back with the right foot first.
Okay.
Okay. Like fencing. 1-2.
1-2.
Step back. Now, right, left. So do that. So go. So start over. So again, 1-2. Right, left. No, that's just a switch. We're comfortable doing the switch. We're trying to make the room on the static bag. So do it with me. So go 1-2. Go ahead. Go jack cross. 1-2. Right, left.
Oh.
Switch.
And then
kick.
Okay,
Yes.
okay.
Yes. Yeah. Nice. There you go. Again. 1-2. Step back. Switch. Yeah. Nice. Now control the leg. Control the leg. 1-2. Step back. Switch. Go. Good. Again. That's it. Good. Take it slow. Just so the camera can see there, everybody can see your feet.
Okay.
For the sake of everyone that's seeing everything. Control. So 1-2. Step. Switch. Kick. Yes. Give me 2 more like that. 1-2. Step. Switch. Kick. Yes. Good. Slower. One more time slower. 1-2. Step. Switch. Kick. Nice. How did that feel?
Oh yeah.
Good.
You gotta practice it.
Yeah, it takes switching on that takes a lot of reps. Another thing you can do is, and y'all can practice this at home, doesn't really, you know, as long as you can try it. You can go with that 1-2, and I actually hop back That's 1. 1, 2, hop back. 1, 2, hop back and switch, and then kick.
Okay.
So I'm eliminating this process, but I'm used to it. You know, that takes a lot of reps. I won't discount anybody. I would like for you to try it. So give that a try, see how that feels. You should probably, it'll probably flow very well for you. Nice, good. 1, 2, step back, jump back, switch as you, for your kick.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Yeah, so go 1, 2.
So 1, 2, jump back.
Yeah, switch, kick. Good, nice. Now,
So no hit?
no, yeah. So it's just 1, 2, kick.
Okay.
But I want you to go 1, 2, jump back and switch while you're in the air. Switch your feet
Okay.
while you're in the
Okay.
air. Okay. So instead of doing 3 motions, you're doing
Yeah.
2 motions.
Okay.
Yes. Good. Now, avoid the leg coming too far back.
Okay.
So you're always, even though we're here, because that was a good example, but what happened is when you jump back, you went over here.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
So when I go, okay, try that. 1, 2. Yes! There we go. There we go. Again. Jump switch. Okay. Yes. Now we'll call it the jump switch. Okay, 1, 2. Jump switch. Okay. Yes. There we go. Again. Nice. Again, hands up. Make sure you breathe. 1, 2. Jump switch. Oh, that was too close. That was too close. Yeah. Know your distance. That's the hard part. 1, 2. Yes. Nice.
Too far.
Yeah, see, good. You know your distance. That's perfect. Nice. Again, one more. Yes. How does that feel?
Awesome.
Good. Very efficient.
Very.
Good. Let's do this. 2 punches and the right kick. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take I'm gonna take the small camera. I'm gonna walk around that way you can see your feet and everything. Okay. And all I ask of you is when you make a mistake, when you feel like you did something wrong, I want you to say it.
Okay.
And I want you to explain how to fix it. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
All right, so let's have fun. Let's go 2 minutes. Ready? Hands up, breathe, and go. Yeah, nice. Good. Breathe, breathe. Good. Nice. That right kick, stellar.
Too far back.
Ah, there we go. Knowing the distance, that's what I'm talking about.
I didn't move correctly.
Nice.
You try that one more time. And you go back a little bit.
Yeah,
And more control.
yeah. Remember, control your body. Control your body. Keep those hands up. Keep those hands up. Nice. There you go. Always reset, readjust. Nice. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Time. Nice. Good. Now you see how he wanted to get that last rep before the clock. That should be every time. It shouldn't be like 5 seconds and you're done, or 3 seconds and you're done. No, you go all the way to the very end.
That's what I'm trying to do now.
Yeah, you don't win a race by stopping before the finish line. You have to cross that sucker. You know what I mean?
Yes.
How did that feel?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's feeling better. Feeling a little bit quicker.
Yeah, more efficient, and your hands are up. You're lasting longer.
Uh-huh.
And like I said, you're also reminding yourself like when you're stepping wrong and all that stuff. You know what I mean? Which is good. And that's what I want from everybody. You know. So yeah. Okay. So we're gonna finish this little break, and then we'll do a little 1 round burnout, and then we'll finish up. We'll do a 2-minute conditioning burnout, and then we'll finish up from there. So we're gonna go. We'll start with the kicks. Okay. We'll go like we just did. We'll go 30 seconds on the left kick, right kick actually, because we're starting with the non-dominant side. So we're gonna do 30 seconds on the right kick, 30 seconds on the left kick, and then the second minute we'll go conditioning on the punches like we did last time. 15-second intervals. 1-2 for speed, and then 1-2 for power. 15 seconds, and we're gonna repeat that for 60 seconds. Okay. So let's start with the right kick. Ready? 3, 2, 1, and go. Right kick, as many as you can do, good quality. Hands up, and remember, exhale. I want everyone to hear you breathe. Not just you, everybody. Control that leg, like a ballerina, look at that. There you go, pivot, pivot, pivot. Good, 15 seconds. Good, 10 seconds. Nice, 5 seconds. 3, 2, and switch. Let's go to the left. There you go. Look at that toe aiming down. There we go. There you go. Keep those hands up. Keep those hands up. That's it. Nice. There you go. You have 10 seconds. Nice. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, 2 speed. Ready, go. 1, 2 speed.
For kicking or
punching now. Yeah. Yeah. Last minute, we're just going punches. There you go. Make them quality though still. 5 seconds and you're gonna go for power. There you go. Stay on your toes and power. Go. Rock the bag. Hands up. 1, 2 power. There you go. Hands up. Hands up. Protect the chin. Hit the bag harder. Harder. Rock the bag. Rock the bag. Turn those feet. Pivot. 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 5 seconds. Good. And 1, 2 speed. Go back to speed. Last 30 seconds. Let's go. Push. 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 Thumbs in. Thumbs in. Not up. We're not hitchhiking. You got this. Come on. Good. Come on. 5 seconds. And power. Last 15 seconds. Power. You got this. Go. Tell yourself you can do it. Tell yourself you can do it. I can do it. Hands up. Hands up. Hands up. Elbows in. Rotate the feet. Pivot. 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 You got this. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Time to the very end. That's what I'm talking about.
Yo, Adrian, I did it.
That's right. How you feel?
Good.
Awesome.
Good.
Awesome, man. So, any questions with anything that we've done for this session?
I just gotta practice on it.
Yeah.
Just gotta practice. Practice and practice.
Yeah.
Get that foot kick out. That makes it easier. God, it makes your whole body.
Responds differently.
Yes.
You know, it responds a lot better. And you always want to, let me turn this back this way. You always want to, we're being us here in the States, we're always about like, we want to here and now. I mean, we want that quick fix. There is no quick fix. Stop looking for the pill that's going to make you lose weight. There's just no denying you have to put in the work. You have to eat properly. It's, again, I hate the word diet because once you do good nutrition and you understand good quality food, when you eat crappy food, you really taste everything in it. You know what I mean? You know, I splurge every Sunday. Don't get me wrong. I splurge hard. But I try to discipline myself hard enough to earn it. You know what I mean? You know, so like I have my chocolate. Only chocolate, I don't have candy. And like we got wings or barbecue or pizza. You know, I haven't had a burger and a hot dog in a long time, and I'm kind of okay with that. But whatever it is that you choose, just make it that day. One, you'll save a crap ton of money. Yeah. You know, but physically you're saving yourself for a longer life, plain and simple.
Yeah.
You know.
And a more enjoyable life.
Yeah, very much so, yeah. But also too, that discipline factor plays a lot. Even though you're just doing food, even though you're just like disciplining yourself on how to eat properly or eat proportionally, whatever it is, like you are disciplining yourself for other things in life on how to do other choices. You know what I mean? It's like if you can discipline yourself on how to like just time out your eating, whatever it is, you know, when it comes time for work and a hard decision comes along, you're not just gonna be like, oh, you're not gonna react to it. You'll like kind of think about it, and be like, no, this could be done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that'll change everything in your entire life. So, but you have to have the desire to do it. Otherwise, you shouldn't be on this channel. You know?
Yeah. When I stop at a truck stop, I'll go and I'll look for. Most of them have hard-boiled eggs.
Oh wow, I know that.
Every time I look inside, try to grab 1, 2, 4 of them, and that and beef jerky.
Yeah.
Something, and it works out pretty good.
Yeah, and beef jerky is highly healthy. It's very healthy. So
That's what I've been doing.
yeah.
The eggs, they make a difference,
I love beef jerky. Granted, it's very expensive for a reason, because it's not even just the process of the beef jerky. It's where it comes from too. Plays a big part.
Yeah.
From everything, from the water they drink to the food that they feed, that they eat. It's like a lot goes into making beef jerky. So now I'm like, not saying the higher the price you pay, the more quality of the beef jerky. It's just that you want to make sure that it's a good quality beef jerky. But yeah, I love beef jerky. I probably eat too much. But on that note, thank you so much for joining us for this session. Please like, subscribe. That would be awesome. If you could like it, that'd be really cool, because that's how we are able to stay alive.
Yes.
It's one small thing for you, but it gives us a $1 in the mail to buy food for our families.
Amen.
It's just real simple. There's just no doubt about that. One small little thing. Even if you're on your phone, or like me, if you're on your Roku or whatever, you can scroll that like button. It's not hard. Yeah. But thank you so much for joining us on this journey. The next time you see us after Steve's birthday, he's going to be here next week. He's going to have he's turned the big 5-0.
Yeah.
No midlife crisis. We don't believe in that. That's just, I think people just kind of say that way they can get away with certain things. We don't do midlife crisis. No, we don't need to.
Yeah.
But once he gets back, we'll start getting into full-on rounds, combinations, and then after that session, we'll start adding circuit training, conditioning, all in betweens. But that's when the results really start falling in. But thank you for joining us, everybody, and then we'll see you next time. Okay?
Thank you.
Yeah.